Long ago, near the iron forge of Enniscorthy, there lived a poor widow. She was so poor she hadn't a rag of clothing for her only son. To keep him warm, she would set him in the ash hole by the fire, covering him with warm ashes. As he grew taller, she dug the pit deeper. At last, by hook or by crook, she got hold of a goatskin and tied it around his waist. Tom felt mighty proud, strutting out into the street in his new clothes. Next morning, his mother said, "Tom, you good for nothing. You're 6 foot tall and 19 years of age, yet you've never done a hand's turn. Take that rope and fetch me a faggot of wood." "Never say it twice, mother," says Tom, and off he went. As he gathered sticks, up came a giant, 9 feet tall, swinging a great club. He struck at Tom, but Tom leapt aside, grabbed a ram pike, and cracked the giant on the skull so hard he fell to the ground. "If you've any prayers to say," Tom told him, "say them now before I smash you to pieces." "Spare me," gasped the giant. "Take my club. As long as you keep from sin, you'll never lose a battle while it's in your hand." Tom agreed. Then he tapped his bundle of sticks with a club and said, "Faggot, I risked my life for you. Carry me home." Sure enough, the bundle rose and marched off through the wood, groaning and crackling until it dropped Tom at his mother's door. Twice more Tom went for wood, and twice more giants attacked him. One had 2 heads and gave Tom a magic fife. Whoever heard it play was forced to dance. The next had 3 heads, and he handed Tom a green ointment that protected against fire, scalds, and wounds. With that, the giants troubled him no more. Tom grew proud as a peacock. In the evenings, he paraded through town, goatskin and all. The local boys mocked him, sticking out their tongues. Tom itched to wallop them, but thought it beneath him. One day, a bugler passed through the streets, announcing, "The Princess of Dublin has not laughed in 7 years. The king promises her hand in marriage to whoever can make her laugh 3 times. "That's for me," says Tom. He kissed his mother, curled his club at the jeering boys, and set off for Dublin. At the city gates, the guards mocked his bare legs and goatskin. One jabbed his bayonet into Tom's side. Tom grabbed him by the scruff and belt and flung him into the canal. When the rest attacked, Tom scattered them with a few swings of his club until they begged him to stop. At last, they led him to the palace yard. There sat the king, the queen, and the sad princess, watching wrestling, sword fights, and dances, all to no effect. Then Tom strode in, tall, black-haired, goatskin about his waist, and a boyish face with a curly beard. A red-headed courtier, who wished to marry the princess himself, sneered, "What business have you here?" "My business," says Tom, "is to make the princess laugh 3 times. The fellow scoffed, but Tom faced the king's best fighters one by one, and then 6 at once. With a crack of his club here, a thump there, he sent them sprawling. The sight of armored men tumbling like 9-pins was too much. The princess burst out laughing. "King of Dublin," Tom cried, "I've earned a quarter of your daughter." Next day, Redhead urged Tom to fight a monstrous wolf that haunted the walls of Dublin. Tom agreed. Soon he marched into the palace yard with the wolf at his heels, tame as a lamb. The courtiers panicked, but Tom whipped out his fife. At the sound of his music, every man and boy began to dance, and even the wolf leaped up on hind legs, capering about in pain and fury. He fixed his eyes on Redhead and chased him round and round the yard, never stopping his jig. The princess laughed again, delighted at Redhead's misery. "King of Dublin," Tom shouted, "I've won half your daughter." The king begged him to drive off the beast, so Tom ordered it back to the mountains, threatening to split its skull if it ever came near the city again. Off it ran, never to be seen. Still Redhead schemed. He told Tom of a magic flail kept in hell itself, and dared him to fetch it. Against the princess's pleas, Tom went. But he remembered his ointment, rubbed it on, and strode through the gates of hell untouched by flame or claw. He seized the burning flail, and with mighty blows beat the devils black and blue until they let him go. When he returned, he laid the flail on the palace steps. Redhead tried to snatch it, but the iron seared his hands, making him howl and dance about in pain. Tom caught him, rubbed his hands until the pain vanished, and the fellow's face was such a mix of laughter and tears that the whole court, princess included, roared with laughter. "Now, your majesty," said Tom, "that makes 3 times. If she were 50 halves, she's all mine now." The princess gave him her hands, and Tom, in his goatskin, won her heart. As for the flail, no one dared touch it. By morning it had burned its way deep into the stone, and when word spread, the Danes fled to their ships in terror. And so Tom married the princess. Some say he learned fine manners and sciences to talk with the royal family. Others say he stayed the same rough lad with the goatskin. But one thing's certain, his mother never knew want again. And so ends the tale of Tom with the goatskin, a story of giants, devils, and a lad bold enough to best them all. If you enjoyed this journey into the shadows of Celtic folklore, don't forget to like, share, and leave a comment below. I'd love to hear what you think of these strange and wondrous tales. Subscribe and return soon to Britain's Haunted Tales, where the past whispers and legends live on. And if you'd like to read the original story and more from Celtic Fairy Tales by Joseph Jacobs, you'll find the link to the full book on Project Gutenberg down in the description below. Until next time, keep one eye on the shadows.